A lot happens between light hitting the back of our eye, a tissue called the retina, and us building a perceptual image of the world.
But what the eye does at the level of the retina is immediately deconstruct that image into different pieces of visual information.
This discovery is really one push forward in one small brain region to identify that parts list. What are the neurons that make up this brain region? And so here we focused on one region of the thalamus and really zoomed in to identify how many different types of neurons we could identify. And then once we identified those neurons, we tried to learn something about their anatomical properties and even some of their functional properties.
The vLGN belongs to a set of regions that are known as non-image forming visual areas. And these non-image forming visual areas are important for processing light that we never really see. They're important for functions like programming your circadian clock, for example, as well as functions that have to do with eye movement or head movement in response to some kind of visual change in your environment. And also mood and depression disorders have been linked to areas like the vLGN.
In order to understand what this brain region does, and it's important for how we process visual information, we need to know what it's composed of. And so I think that's really the biggest take-home from this study is now we know at least half a dozen to a dozen cell types that are present in this brain region. And that will facilitate all sorts of other studies.